This in the Assassin's Creed franchise makes use of something its last few entries have failed to, and that's the fact that it actually provides a pair of protagonists this time that possess both chemistry and charm, which can ultimately convince you to keep playing. They're the Fry twins, Jacob and Evie, and they're both fully playable and interchangeable at a moment's desire in almost every corner of the game. And with something so simple as family at the helm of a rather interesting yet scattered plot, it's exactly what you need to accompany the game's improved combat, new tools, and lengthy to-do lists.
There he is! I think it's best we leave.
What did you do?
It's hardly the time for questions! Whoa!
In about a 20-hour campaign, players fight their way towards freeing London of its oppressors, the Templars. And while the goal is mutual, it's the different approaches made by the twins that keep things fresh. See, both Jacob and Evie have their own noticeable differences in gameplay. Evie is on the search for the pieces of Eden and is more of the stealthy type, and Jacob is looking to help the streets as more of a brute looking for a good fight. And knowing this, players are able to switch up at any time based upon how they're feeling, and this is something I've really loved. Each character is upgradable thanks to skill trees, and the only time the switch in gameplay is flawed is when the storyline itself locks Jacob as the star of a majority of missions.
Welcome to the Rooks!
Although, at least in doing so, Assassin's Creed Syndicate does feature some of the best controls I've ever experienced within the series. I mean, you're still going to have those irritating moments when you can't seem to free run where you want the first time you try, but right off the bat, it's still clearly noticeable how smooth the game looks and feels. And with new weapons like the grapple gun helping you traverse through the city when hijacking horse and buggy just isn't your thing, it's kind of funny, but 1828 London begins to feel more and more like current day Gotham City. But really, even though fighting became a little repetitive, the more I progressed, the more I was able to enhance my experience by recruiting bystanders to fight on my side, shooting enemies with new hallucinogenic darts and more, which all really helped to make me feel like changing the game was always in reach and in my own control. It's all fun in games though until you notice a recurring trend. You begin to wonder whatever happened to that boss we were going after in the beginning of the game, and start questioning what doing missions for people like Alexander Graham Bell, though clever, has to do with anything. And wait, I see that I'm supposed to clear London of these red blotches of enemies on the map, but could you be a little more clear on where I'm supposed to go, or even can go for that matter? It all begins to feel the same, and with the sloppy path of storytelling and no clear direction of the path to take, it makes it hard to follow and makes moving on unattractive, which is a shame because when you do find your way, the missions combined with the beautiful London landscapes make each quest feel more and more like a rich example of history. See, after long nights of playing, Assassin's Creed Syndicate has successfully turned me from being a casual fan on the verge of giving up hope to a fan that's content and excited at times, but still a little annoyed after really putting hours into it. Its new characters, weapons, and controls show reminiscent signs of movement towards the glory days of old, but as sad as it is, the setup of its story and repetitiveness make it a title that's just a little too difficult to find the desire to fully commit to.